but I guess that becomes my Simpsons couch gag moment. All right. Yes, now for the regular scheduled jokes. Always things happening in my life. I guess we'll start off with, yes, they do teach you valuable things in school if you're paying attention, and I just applied some of them earlier today. I like my winter coat, and I realized it's more useful when it has all the buttons on it, so I sewed some buttons back on today. With the sub-zero weather coming up again soon, I wanted to see that it was fully serviceable. It's no big deal. I mean, they taught you simple things in what my school called home economics class in junior high. Sewing with thread and needle, no big deal. You just need a little patience sometimes. And then even using a microwave oven where they showed us what it was like if you left metal in it, where they just had a plastic bag and then the metal twist tie, and then it didn't take long before it caught fire. And it's like, yeah, you do need to see what can happen, so I'm thankful that the teacher was willing to show us that. And then to digress, it also reminds me of being in health class where the teacher ended up unwrapping a condom and showing us what it looked like. It's like, yeah, that's also good that they're willing to go that far with it too, because I know that when Dad asked me about what I learned, I said, well, we were taught some things in health class. Either that or it was pornography. And it's like, yeah, I think the teachers understand that they want to have their version of what you need to know when they know that there are competitors out there. But I figured make the most of it on not only sewing buttons back on my winter coat, but also there were holes in one of the pockets, and it's like, yeah, I put my camera down there, and I didn't like how it was a lot harder to pull it back up out of the hole in the pocket, so it's like, all right, why don't you sew up those holes too? So that's how I am with momentum about things. I mean, when you get started on something, it's like, keep going, because when am I going to get motivated to do that again? So it's like, yeah, see it through till the end, because who wants to do something and just half finish it or half-ass it? Yeah, I'm thankful I got that done. And then I know that some of the weirdest things can make me laugh, and I usually end up having to explain that, where sometimes I'll go to Walgreens. Yes, I leave off the S. Let me have that one. The big signs might say in red, Walgreens with an S, but the products on the back say Walgreen Company. So there we go. I'm a stodgy academic. I'm being literal when they say Walgreen Company, and they're archaically known as that. They have some of those archival photos up in the stores that even prove that. So yeah, sometimes I do find food at Walgreens. But I was surprised some of the things they have there, because one of the things was a cheeseburger in a box, and it's like, good, it's microwavable, it doesn't take that long. And for some reason, that just made me think of one thing my dad said when I was young that was in maybe a beach party movie from the 60s, spaghetti in a sack. And I tried to find it online as to what movies had that, and all I could find about spaghetti in a sack was how some people are so cheap that they'll go to movie theaters and bring their own food. And there was one lady that brought plastic bags of spaghetti to eat at the movies. And it's like, okay, I don't know how that works, but I guess they find a way somehow. Yep. But I guess with my dad saying spaghetti in a sack, I don't think it was plastic bags. It was probably paper bags, which sounds even funnier because, I mean, that can get weighted down and then it'll just collapse. But it seemed to work pretty well on cheeseburger in a box. So, I heated it up, it tasted fine. And I mean, hey, it's cheap, so I don't mind. I just want that fixed to take care of the hunger. Yes, that happened. And then I guess it's a good segue to other things that my dad would say when I was young. And I don't know what will trigger some of those memories, but one of them was he would sing it, exasperated look at American railroads. And I finally put that in a search engine, and I found out that was the name of a book about all the corrupt people that were in the American railroad industry, like probably back in the 1800s, that far back, when railroads were dictating where cities were in America. You got the railroad, your city flourished. If you didn't, it died, because it was big on commerce and all of that, and transportation. So now I will probably have to find that book and read it. But all I can think of is my dad would say things like that, use negative words like exasperated. He was also the type that would say paranoid. It's like, I learned from the best, because I ended up being paranoid. When I was 10, I'd hear the word paranoid. All I could think of was, it sounds like hemorrhoid. And yes, he had preparation H, hemorrhoidal ointment. And it's like, well, I wouldn't want to have or be either when I think of that. Thankfully, I've only been paranoid, not the other one so far. And yes, another one of railroads. I went to the Twins Fan Fest this weekend. I love baseball. And there was an annoying person I had to deal with on the light rail ride home. And then when I got off at my stop, I was just taking care of some trash that I didn't have to throw away. Somebody else left it behind. And then first time trying to put it in the bin, it didn't go in, and then somebody said, well, just leave it there. And it's like, no, I clean up after the people. So I tried again, it went in. And then he fell when he got off the platform. And it's like, oh, he's getting laughed at when I get back to my car. I'm not a bad person, but he needed to be laughed at because he was annoying. So I guess that'll do it for me. Thank you, been great.